Guys, please check your audio and video settings, please. Is everything clear? Super. Yes, guys. Tell me different approaches of Spring application development, guys. Different approaches of Spring application development. Different approaches of Spring application development. Using XML driven configurations. Using annotation driven configurations. Next, using 100% code driven configurations. Code driven configurations are Java config. What is this? Java config approach. Next, using Spring Boot. Lastly, what is that? Using Spring Boot. We completed this. We completed this. So now these two are left. Okay, guys. So now I'm going to concentrate on third approach. Anyhow, Spring Boot officially I'm going to start. Okay. So today we will discuss 100% code driven approach, guys. What is this? Which is also called Java config approach. Yes. Right, guys. This is to avoid or minimize XML configurations. If possible to avoid, if not, at least minimize. To minimize. Okay, since everything is in, then what about Spring Boot, sir? Spring Boot is one to another enhancements are there. I will explain. Don't worry. Okay, guys. Listen. Since everything is in Java code, everything is in Java code, it improves the readability. Readability. Array, everything in Java code, readability will be improved or not? Readability of Java Spring application. Spring application. Next, improves the debugging. Array, earlier for XML problem you use get Java errors. You do any mistake in XML, you will get Java exception. So you have to understand Java error to solve XML problem. Come on, guys. Okay. Improves debugging. Improves debugging because everything is in XML. Everything is in Java code. Come on, guys. Next, base to learn Spring Boot. Base to learn Spring Boot. And Spring Boot also avoids XML, guys, but some other extra facilities will come. So this 100% code-driven approach learning is base to learn Spring Boot, guys. Okay, and etc. Okay, since I have to give some advantages, I have to give, guys. Okay, see, boss. Right now, which is popular in the maintenance projects, annotation configuration is popular. In latest projects, Spring Boot is popular. Then what about first one and last one? First one is outdated almost. No one is using. Only XML configurations. Annotations plus XML in old projects, maintenance projects are there. Then why 100% code is not succeeded, sir? Array, after release of 100% code, within 1 year, Spring Boot came. Spring Boot also says no Java, no XML code, and gives other facilities, extra benefits. That means Spring Boot is extension of 100% code, guys. 100% code plus some extra benefits are there. Something like auto configuration, so many internal things. So because of these things, Spring Boot has become popular. Are you understanding my point, guys? Surikumar, 100% code driven. There are some features still annotations are not introduced. In that situation, you have to still use XML. Even in Spring Boot also, sometimes you are forced to use XML. So that's why first basic thought is to avoid. If not possible, minimize. If not possible, minimize. I'll tell small point since you have asked. Bean aliasing is there. No annotation is given. Bean aliasing concept is there. No annotation is given. Then what should I do? I have to go for what? I have to go for XML still. Method injection concept is there, which I am going to discuss in coming classes. Still, they have not given any annotation for it. So what should I do? Something we have to do with XML, right? Can we configure a welcome file in servlet programming using annotation? No. You have to still use web.xml. Come on. So we cannot avoid web.xml. We can minimize web.xml. Similarly, in Spring also, we cannot completely avoid XML, but we can minimize. There are places where we have to still work with XML, guys, but we have to minimize that utilization, no doubt. Okay, guys. Next, in 100%, code driven or Java config approach of Spring programming. Listen, guys, when you say 100% code driven, some people won't, they will try to comment you. There is no such wording you created. It is a Java config approach only. Officially, there is no terminology called 100% code driven programming. So don't agree. Don't agree. You show documentation proof to them. You show documentation proof to them. Go to Spring API documentation. There is a web application initializer. Web application initializer. Open the documentation. traditional XML based approach, code based approach. See, 100% code based approach to configuration. Officially wording is there or not there? 100% code based approach to configuration. So don't compromise. Officially, you can call it as 100% code driven configuration. Or that is also can be called as Java config approach, guys. Yes, uh, in this approach, now tell me, number one, configure user defined Java classes using as Spring Beans using stereotype annotations. B. Configure user-defined Java classes as Spring Beans using stereotype annotations. Next, configure. Okay, guys. Configure predefined Java classes as Spring Beans using come on guys, bean methods. Bean method definitions. Bean method definitions. I will tell where to write. In configuration class. No XML file, guys. Configuration class. In configuration class. Alternate to Spring Bean configuration file. Alternate to Spring Bean configuration file, guys. You have to take Java class as a configuration class, guys. Are you understanding my statement, boss? Come on. Okay, that's why here A statement is, first A statement is take configuration class. Configuration class as alternate to Spring Bean configuration file. Yes, instead of XML file, one Java class will be taken as a configuration class. I hope you understood this point, guys. B. Configure user-defined classes as Spring Bean using stereotype annotation and link them with configuration class using component scan annotation. Come on, guys. Array, instead of context colon component scan tag, they have given what annotation? Component scan annotation. Are you understanding my statement, guys? Component scan annotation. Configure predefined classes as Spring Beans using bean method definitions of configuration class. Yes, I'll show that one practically. Inside configuration class, we can take Java method definitions having bean annotation. New annotation, guys, bean annotation. It is alternate to bean tag of XML file. Instead of bean tag, they have given bean annotation, boss. Are you understanding my statement? Lastly, develop IOC container, not develop, create IOC container. Create IOC container using annotation config application context class No class path XML application context, guys. Come on. New class annotation config application context class by passing configuration class. Array, as alternate to XML, we have taken configuration class now, boss. By passing configuration class as configuration class as input class or input value, and remaining all are same, guys. So these are the in 100% code driven programming Java config approach, exactly this work we have to do. Are you understanding my statement? Yes. Now what I do is our basic application only we will try to develop. We have wish message generator, which is my target class. Okay, I don't take date. Date is nowadays old and outdated, right? In Java 8, we are having what? Local date time. This is latest, right? Java 8 onwards, we are having Java dot time dot local date time. This is my dependent class. Not only that, you can work with calendar also, boss. It's up to you. Calendar is also nowadays no one is preferring. Okay, from Java 8 onwards, date and time API has become popular. In that one, they have given three classes: local date, local time, local date time. Java date and time API, boss. In Java 8 feature, that is also date and time API also very popular. Dependent class, guys. So now listen, actually, luckily we got both. We have a user defined class to configure using stereotype annotations. We have a predefined class. We have a predefined class to configure by using @bean methods. So we can cover both user defined and predefined classes in one example or not. Okay, guys. Now, same wish message I want to generate, guys. Nothing else I want to do. No need of special jar file. Regular jar files are sufficient. Okay, Java 8 date and time API. Date and time API. Three classes they have given, guys. Okay, local time, local date time. This is to get the date only. This is to get the time. This is to get date and time. If you want, you can set also. It's not like that. So it can, by default, they give system date, system time, system date time, date and time. Now, if you want, you can set our choice date and time also, boss. Okay. This is a target class. This is dependent class. Generally, we take app config. See, we have taken application context.xml now, guys. App config.java as configuration class. App config.java as configuration class. And your choice client application. Your choice client application. What is that client application? Injection test.java. Your choice. Injection test.java, 100% application, Java config test.java. Your choice, guys. Your choice. Your choice. You can take it. Java config test.java. This is my client application. Yeah, this is my target class. This is my dependent class. This is my configuration class. This is my client application. I hope you enjoyed my point, guys. Right. Shall we go for application development? Regular jars are enough. Okay. No need of having any extra jars, guys. The basic Spring Basics related Spring context and dependents are there, na, they are sufficient. Maven hyphen archetype hyphen quick start. Maven hyphen archetype hyphen quick start. What happened? Why it is not coming today? Any spell mistake? Archetype. Oh, dot has comma. Fine. Say next. Yeah, project guys. We'll start new series. IOC pros. IOC pros. I think already how many projects are completed? 22 completed, right? Okay. IOC pros 23. 100p. 100% code. This is the new series I am taking. Okay. Basic application. Okay. NO means annotation. 100p code means 100p code. So in Spring Boot, I will use boot wordings, boss. Don't worry. com.nt.test. Save finish. com.nt.test. This is finish, guys. Where is that, boss? Yes, here is my story. Okay, go to pom.xml. First time, na, everything we'll do from scratch level. No copy paste. We'll go for 14, guys. 14. Here is my 14. Sindhu in standalone application, quick start. For web application, one more archetype. Okay, guys. Sindhu, I think you have not watched Maven videos. You watch Maven videos, you will get all your answers. Surikumar, 100% code means Java code plus annotations. And if something is not there through annotation, XML. But we have to first minimize or avoid XML. Okay. The people who are asking question about archetype, just watch Maven videos. Archetypes are project templates, guys. Project templates. Okay, that means for different types of application, different types of ready-made directory structures will be there. So though there are so many, boss, two project templates are very popular in Maven. One is quick start for standalone application, other one is web app for web application. So far we have not used web app. In future we are going to use web app. Right now all we are developing standalone, that's why we are using quick start. Watch videos when I ask to watch. Okay, guys. Maven update, guys. Update the project. Fine, boss. And go to pom.xml. Basic jar is sufficient. No need of adding any special jar. Okay. mvnrepository.com. Spring context support. Spring context support. Yeah, someone is saying that I'm getting quick start 1.0 version. You start working with the latest IDE, you will get latest 1.4. In old version 1.4, 1.0 will come. In new version 1.4 will come. But working with 1.0 is not a problem. Happily you can use. Only the thing is default JDK 1.5 will come. You change to 14. That's it. Yes, you will get jar, guys. Which, not only 14, 15 also you can use, boss. Okay. Package here, com.nt.config package I am taking. Not CFGs, config, because where I am going to write configuration class. Where I am going to write configuration class. Package here is com.nt.test. Com.nt.test. Oh, test is already there. Okay, let me delete that then. Com.nt.beans. Okay, fine. Right, boss. Com.nt.this. app.java. Okay, just develop your wish message generator, regular one. Wish message generator. All connotations will continue, all concepts will continue. Only the thing is XML will be avoided, configuration class will come, guys. Wish message generator, guys. Wish message generator. Yes, boss. Now tell me. Private local date time. Local date time date. Some property name. And I want to configure it as a Spring Bean user defined class now, boss. Okay. At the rate component WMG wish message generator. Next, at the rate auto void local date time date, guys. Wish message generator dot java, guys. At the rate auto void private local date time date. Super. Now tell me here. Here I want to have a business method. Public string. Okay. Generate wish message. Generate wish message. Otherwise, why should I just, I'll take generate only. String user. Public string generate. Public string generate. Okay, guys. Now tell me. Here I want to get current hour of the day. Get current hour of the day. Get current hour of the day. Now tell me here. Int hour is equal to date dot. Int hour is equal to date dot get hour. Or a date dot get hour will give day in what 0 to 23. 0 to 23. That means in 24 hours format you will get. You will get current hour of the day in 24 hours format, and we are already mentally prepared for that. Generate wish message. Generate wish message. This is my business method, guys. If hour less than 12, return good morning plus user. Else if hour less than 16, return good afternoon plus user. Good afternoon plus user. Else if hour less than 20, return good evening plus user. Okay, guys. Good evening plus user. Good evening plus user. Okay. Next, good night plus user. Yes, guys. We are ready with the target class, boss. We are simply ready with the target class. Now, boss. Now. No configuration file. Here we are having configuration class I have to take. Class, guys. App config. Any name you can give, but generally people prefers app config. For Spring Bean configuration file also, any file name .xml can be given, but generally people prefers what application context.xml. Same thing, just a standard name, any name you can take. It's a configuration class, guys. Configuration class. When does normal class become configuration class, guys? At the rate configuration. What is that, guys? At the rate configuration. Okay, how to link user defined classes with configuration classes, guys? By using at the rate component scan. Same at the rate component scan. Base packages com.nt.beans. If multiple packages are there, we can pass them as an array, because this is array type property, boss. This is array type parameter. This is array type parameter. If you want to pass multiple packages, you can pass. No, all packages are having common root package. Then you can mention just common root package name. Same, just alternate to context colon component scan, guys. Alternate to context colon component scan. That's it, guys. Alternate to context colon component scan. That's it. Sir, that's fine, but what about predefined class? Yes, this is bit headache, guys. Bit headache. You have to manually create object by taking one user defined method. Manually create object for Spring Bean class by taking one user defined class on the top of method. Devash, I just explained and you are asking me the same question. You can give root package name. You can give root package name. Before asking question, first keep the habit of listening the class. Without listening, if you ask the same question, what I explained, it's a meaningless. Everyone look at the Devan's question. So in XML, we can give package name com.nt. Can we give here? Are dirty fellow, same thing I have explained 1 minute back. First listen, then question. Without listening, if you think question, this kind of problems only will be created. I request everyone first, before asking question, before putting your time in what chat box, first keep the habit of listening completely. Waste of my time and your time and everyone's time. Okay. Running online classes, because it's not your time. You are wasting others' time also by not having 100% concentration and self-discipline. Please respect at least others' time. Anyhow, you are wasting your time. Okay. At the rate component scan base package is equal to com.nt.beans, boss. Now listen. This is different. This is different. Public. A written type I have to take as local date time. And I can take any method name. Create local date time. Any name you can give. This can be XYZ, but return type should be Return type should be for which class object you want to create, that class return type you have to take. Are you understanding my point? And here we are going to create object class. We use that one or some other technique, some other technique. So generally this object we create by using factory method now, especially if you want to get system date and time. Local date time, local date time LDT is equal to local date time dot now. Then only this factory method will give local date time object having system date. Everyone knows that point or not? Okay. Gives system date and time. System date and time. Then what is this? Return LDT. Return LDT. Is that clear, guys? Super. Next. On the top of method, we are making @bean. Here bean ID should be given in the name attribute. What is the bean ID? LDT I am giving. Any bean ID you can give, boss, that's up to you. Control plus shift method returns the ID will be made as bean method. So only one headache here is IOC container is not creating object. Programmer is creating object and returning object, and this annotation taking that object making as a Spring Bean. In @bean methods, guys, in @bean methods, programmer creates and returns the object, and @bean method, bean annotation takes that object and makes it as what? Spring Bean. Makes it as a Spring Bean. Are you understanding my statement, guys? No, man, from my side, audio problem is not there. Check your mobile network, bandwidth of the network. Okay, guys. Are you understanding my statement, guys? This is the one headache. Here we are losing one bumper opportunity. What is that? IOC container creating Spring Bean class object. We are forced to create Spring Bean class object and return that object. Come on. And this one just takes that object and makes it as a Spring Bean by giving given name as the bean ID or alias name. Given bean name as the bean ID. Are you getting my point, guys? Okay. Sir, who will call this method? Who will @bean annotation method definitions of configuration class will be called automatically. Will be called automatically if the bean scope is singleton. You need not to call them explicitly. They will be called automatically. In which order they are there? In the same order they will be called automatically. Seriously, sir? Yes. Sir, I want to give Spring Bean scope on the top of method only @scope, guys. I want to go for lazy instantiation on the top of this method only @lazy. Everything can be applied. Whatever you are doing on the top of class, same thing we can do on the top of method. Same thing we can apply on the top of method. Are you understanding my statement, guys? Okay. @bean method definition signature. @bean method definition syntax and signature. Here what? Generally public method. What is this? Bean class name. Bean Spring Bean class name. Spring Bean class name or type. It's super class name also you can mention. Spring Bean class name or type. Type means it's a super class kind of common super class, common interface also you can. Method name, your choice method. Okay. Generally no param. Generally no params. Okay. Next. return, create and return, create and return. Okay, create a Spring Bean class object and return Spring Bean class object. Create Spring Bean class object there and return Spring Bean class object. On the top of it, @bean name is equal to bean ID. This is the basic signature. Okay, guys. @bean methods of if you don't give bean ID, default bean ID. Then what is default bean ID? This time method name will act as a default bean ID. Rajesh, everything will come one by one, boss. Please respect the order. Okay. Bean ID. If you don't give bean ID, again, here also default bean ID, but here default bean ID is method name, not the class name, guys. Method name acts as a default bean ID. Okay, guys. @bean methods of @configuration class having singleton scope will be executed automatically. Will be executed automatically. Okay, as part of pre-instantiation of singleton scope Spring Beans. As part of pre-instantiation of singleton scope Spring Beans done by IOC container. Done by whom, guys? IOC container. Right, boss. Now listen, I just want to keep one constructor to tell that object is created. Okay. Systrace. Here is my zero param constructor. Zero param constructor. Now listen, guys. Open the source code. @b method is applicable only at what level, guys? Method level and annotation level. On the top of other annotation. So on the top of annotation, generally we don't configure Spring. That means generally we apply at what level, guys? Method level. So we cannot use @bean on the top of classes. This is only to make method returned object as Spring Beans, guys. Method returned object as Spring Beans. Understanding my statement, boss? @bean annotation is generally applicable at method level, is generally applicable at method level, and it is given to make the Java method return object as the Spring Bean having given bean ID or default bean ID. Method name is default bean ID. Since you asked, I am writing here itself. Method name is default bean ID. Yes. Here we are definitely losing one wonderful feature, guys. What is that wonderful feature? What is that wonderful feature? Container creating object. Yes or no? We have to know how to create object, but no option. That's why they have given this possibility. Why there is no option, guys? Can we add annotation by opening source code of predefined class? No. And no question of working with XML. We have to avoid or minimize XML, right? We have to avoid or minimize XML. That's why they have chosen this option. They have chosen this option. So they call these methods automatically. Anyhow, you will create object and return object, and this annotation takes that object and makes it as a Spring Bean. Makes it as a Spring Bean. So this is somehow they worked out this solution because there is no possibility of adding annotation by opening the source code. But at the same time, they want to avoid XML. They want to avoid XML because if this is not given, still XML has to be continued. So that's why somehow they worked out this. Hey programmer, you do some work, I do some work. You give me object and I'll make it as a Spring Bean. Because I cannot, you cannot open source code or predefined class to add an annotation. Without detecting annotation, I cannot load the class and create object. Do one thing, you give me object, I'll make it as a Spring Bean. Nice thought or not, boss? Via media solution, they worked out. Yes, guys. Now tell me here, class. Java config application test. Okay, guys. Java config application test. Surya Kumar, again I am telling you are not listening class. You are having rather questions than listening class. Because only for 1 year it was there. Later Spring Boot came. Having promise of 100% code driven configuration plus extra benefits. That's why everyone stopped working with. This is the biggest mistake that lot of students in online is doing. Without listening, they are parallelly questioning. I request not to do that. First, listen completely. If you listen completely, most of your queries will be clarified automatically. You are listening 50% of my statement and framing one question. And in that process, next 5 minutes, you are not listening. If you study like this, my time will be wasted, your time will be wasted, and class will not go further. Because I don't want to ignore the questions. That's why I'm responding for everything. At the same time, it does not mean without listening class, you can ask the questions. Okay. Create IOC container. Create IOC container. Now tell me here. Coming lately to the class and asking questions, not revising and coming, not practicing and coming. Please change, guys. Please change. Because you have to respect time of everyone. Annotation, config, application, context. Before asking for your rights, first try to know about your responsibilities also. Annotation, config, application, context, CTX is equal to new annotation, config, application, context. New annotation, config, application, context. See, guys, earlier we used to pass XML. Now you have to pass what I am passing here, guys. Dot class file name I am passing. No object of java.lang.class pointing to app config class. Recollect your initial days. It is a file extension or property class. It is not that gives object of java.lang.class. Initially, we discussed a lot. Get target class object. What is our target class, guys? Wish message generator. Again, same. Everything is same. ctx.getBean, WMG, wish message generator dot class. Wish message generator dot class. Now close. Invoke business method. Invoke business method. Now tell me. Sysout. Sysout. Okay, here. Generator dot generate Raja. Which message will be generated, guys? Close container ctx dot close. What dot close, guys? ctx dot close. Yes, guys. Fine, boss. I think we are ready with application now. I'll give flow also. Don't worry. Run the application. Happily coming or not? Wish message generator class object is created. See, at the rate bean method is executed or not. This create local date time is at the rate bean method, boss. Don't forget. Did I call that one or that is automatically called? At the rate bean method. At the rate bean method is executed automatically, guys. And business method is also executing. Business method is also executing. Okay, guys. Now listen. Temporarily, intentionally, I will remove link between target class and dependent class. I'm commenting at the rate auto void. Super. And I'll stop getting, I just create container. Because to check, first it is creating what? User defined class object or predefined class object, because both are singleton, right? Both are singleton. Okay, now listen, I missed the link, guys. So first it is giving priority to what? User defined classes that are there in at the rate component scan. Then it is giving priority to call at the rate bean methods. At the rate. Now, second one is not called because it is dependent. Second one is called automatically because it is a singleton scope. See, I missed the link. I wantedly killed the link, but still at the rate bean method is executed automatically or not? Still at the rate bean method is executed automatically or not? That means first priority it is giving to whom, guys? User defined classes pre-instantiation. Then it is giving priority to what? At the rate bean methods related pre-instantiation. Are you understanding my point, guys? Okay, guys. Yeah, the annotation config, application context container first create, first perform pre-instantiation of singleton scope beans that are configured using stereotype annotation. Then and later perform pre-instantiation of singleton scope beans that are configured using singleton scope Spring Beans that are configured using @bean methods that are configured Spring Beans that are configured using, yes guys, I hope you noticed. Okay, automatically called. Did you observe that? We don't call @bean methods manually. If 10 @bean methods are there, in which order they are there, they will be called automatically. Okay, shall we analyze the flow, guys? Yes, let's see the flow. We got the output. Our application is working. We are happy. We avoided XML. Okay, we got the thumb rule also. Thumb rule, you remember, na? What is thumb rule? Predefined classes using @bean method of configuration class. User defined classes using stereotype annotation. This is the thumb rule in 100% code approach. This is the thumb rule. In XML, everything using XML. In annotations, user defined classes using stereotype annotation, predefined classes using bean tags. Okay, in 100% code approach, this is the story. Okay. Shall we understand the flow of this application, boss? Right. Let's go for the flow part, guys. 1 minute. Example application. First, I will say like this. Example application. Okay. Sonu Gupta, I can definitely say you don't know anything in core Java. Anil, Anil, am I adding annotation on the top of predefined class? After seeing code also, how can you ask this question, Anil? Am I adding annotation on the top of predefined class? Did I open source code of predefined class? Dirty fellow. Dirty fellow, did I add annotation on the top of predefined class? Look at his question. People won't observe at all. I don't know where they keep the brain while attending classes. Local date time is predefined class. Then how can you use annotation on predefined class? Did I add annotation on predefined class, guys? I have added annotation on the top of method. Inside method, I created object. He is having preoccupied question. That's it. Did I add annotation by opening source code of predefined class, guys? Dirty fellows. How did you get engineering degrees, worst fellows? After seeing also how you can ask that question, that I have given explanation also. What made them to do like this also I have given explanation. Guys, either listen completely or sleep completely. Don't waste my time like this. And one more, madam. And this is another item question. If two method with the same name and name is different, or first of all, in one Java class, listen. In one Java class, can we take two methods with the same name? This is another item question. It is another item question and item people. Worst fellows. In one Java class, can you take two methods with the same name? And that too, I said no parameters. That too, I said no parameter. Now you cannot say overloading also. Java supports duplicate methods. And without knowing Java does not support duplicate method, you are sitting in Spring class, huh? Jump into the drainage, worst fellows. What clear? Okay, this is my target class, guys. Study core Java, Babu. Study core Java. Copy here. Yes, all qualifiers, all at the rate lazy, all are same, guys. Everything same. Qualifier, ambiguity problem, everything. 100% code is not a new approach. It's extension of annotations. See, annotation is extension of XML. 100% code is extension of annotation. So still that annotations will continue. Don't ask me whether I can use that, I can use this. All annotations you can use as it is with new extra annotations. That's it. Okay. And Spring Boot is extension of all the three approaches. So that whatever we learn in all three approaches can be used in Spring Boot also. So that's why previous one will not go off. Previous one will continue. Is that clear, guys? Sir, when is Hibernate? Today onwards, 9 o'clock. Yes, guys. So these are the three classes that we are having in our application code, guys, right? So shall we go for the flow now? Yes. Again, we got the same client application as not come, boss. Java config test. Okay, Java config test. Java config test. Yes, guys. Now everyone listen carefully. Flow is very, very important, boss. You know that our weapon is flow. Everyone learns steps. We learn internals also. Yes, number one, IOC container creation. Okay, guys. IOC container creation, boss. Now listen. IOC container creation. Here, no loading of XML, no in-memory metadata. No XML parser. A lot of performance advantage also will be there, guys. Because no XML parser, no in-memory metadata creation. Come on. Performance advantage also will be there or not. Gives good performance. Gives good performance because no XML parser is required to process XML document. XML parser is bit heavyweight one, boss. XML parser is bit heavyweight one, right? Okay, guys. Now takes the configuration class. Takes the configuration class. Listen, guys. It loads the class and creates the object. It loads and creates the object for configuration class. Why, sir? All at the rate bean methods are non-static methods, ra babu. To call non-static method objects is required or not required? To call non-static method object is required or not required? So this is, you are not believing? 1 minute. Yeah, app config.java. Here also I will write one constructor. Systrace zero param constructor. Zero param constructor. Java config test. See, first one, what is happening? App config zero param constructor object is created or not? Why that error is coming? Because we commented at the rate auto void. That's why that error is coming. Okay, Java config test, guys. Now output is coming or not there? Yes. Fine. What is the next one? Takes the class, guys. Loads and creates the object. C. Loads and creates the object of configuration class. Configuration class in the bracket app config. Right, boss? Next, after that, it will go to component scan packages. D. It will go to @component scan takes the package, guys. @component scan takes the package. Okay, just a minute. Even dependencies, let me give that also. Complete perfect. I want to give. Yes, guys. Yes, boss. Comes here. It goes to this package now. Component scan goes to this package name E. Come on. Component scan D. Here is E. Now in that package, it notices which message generator is there or not there. That to having what scope? Singleton scope, guys. That to having what scope? Singleton scope. Come on, guys. What is that? F. Notices @component is there having singleton scope. So happily loads the class and creates the object. Yes, this is wish message generator object. Wish message generator class object. Yes, what is the bean ID, guys? What is the object name internally? Bean ID is deblmg. The bean ID is deblmg, having that one. And it is having one property date. Don't forget that. It is having one property date. Local date, time, date. On the top of it, what is there? @auto void is there. @auto void is there. Are you listening my statement, guys? Okay, boss. Okay, guys. Now tell me, this is going to be F step continuation only. This is continuation of F step. Right, boss. Now tell me, guys, bean post processor. Bean post processor will be activated. What will be activated, guys? Bean post processor is activated and verifies. Bean post processor is activated and verifies. Is there any auto void annotation? Yes, there. Okay, G. It notices G. Here also G is noticed. Now tell me, guys, in this current package, is there any Local date time class, guys, not there. As a user defined class, not there. That's why it automatically shifts to what? Predefined class. And searches for @bean method whose return type is local date time. @bean method. See, it is now in the process of completing auto wiring, searching for @bean method, guys. It searches for @bean method whose return type is local date time. Come on, guys. So it found one method. Yes, that method will be executed. That method is executed. GH. And because of @bean method, that also becomes Spring Bean, boss. That also becomes what? Spring Bean. Are you listening my statement, boss? Okay. So because of this, what happens, guys? Here, local datetime class object is created. Local datetime class object is created. Object is created having LDT as the bean ID. Okay, here what will be their system date and time? Sys date time. Okay, guys. Understanding my statement, boss? Okay, Abhishek Singh, when you take different method names, then we have to go of same type, creating same type, then we have to use qualifier to solve the ambiguity problem. Right, guys. Sys date and time is there. Sys date and time. And because of auto void, injection takes place or not. All these are happened because of auto void. Injection takes place. J, injection. Injection takes place. Fine, guys. Once injection is done, here is our internal cache of IOC container. Internal cache of IOC container. Okay, as usually, same story, guys. Internal cache of IOC container. What is this? WMG wish message generator class object. Okay, guys. Next, LDT local date and time object. Local date time class object references only, not reference. Okay, boss. Internal cache. In the internal cache of IOC container, they are kept. JK. Next one. With this IOC container is creation is done, boss. IOC container creation is done. Okay, now ctx.getBean KL comes and searches here. M question mark. Gets that object reference. N. Gets that object reference. Calls the business method. Calls the business method. O. Yes, already date and time is there. Business method executes. P. Right now, morning hours. Good morning only will come. Q. And that message comes over here. QR. That message is displayed. Okay. After that, end of the container. Yes. Come on. Are you understanding my statement? Easy, flow is easy, boss. Okay, now listen. Let me give the feeling. Because of @auto void related pre-instantiation, this method is searched. This method is searched, though it is not singleton scope. So that's why I'm changing scope to what, guys? Prototype. Already I discussed one point. If prototype scope is dependent to singleton scope bin, indirectly prototype scope bin also participate in pre-instantiation or not? Yes or no? Na? So at least now you agree with me. See guys, @bin method is executed. At least now you agree with me. Okay, this @bin method is not executed as part of flow. Is executed for the sake of @auto void, right? Is executed for the sake of @auto void related pre-instantiation completion on predefined class. At least now that confirmation has come now. When link is not there, as I said, when link is not there, this is executed as part of pre-instantiation when scope is singleton, right? Come on. When link is not there as part of pre-instantiation that executed. First predefined, then user defined. When link is there, it is that method is not executed as part of pre-instantiation. That method is executed to support auto wiring on target class object. I think I'm succeeded giving that point to you people. Come on, guys. Right. Our fundamentals are very strong, guys. So understanding flow is not a big deal now, right? Understanding flow is not at all a big deal now, because in XML plus annotation also similar flow we have seen. Only the thing is I think you got the clarity, guys. Yeah, this is the first application in 100% code driven approach. Tomorrow, we will try to convert mini project into 100% code driven approach. Mini project, directly we'll take mini project. Why? Because all fundamentals are same here. Qualifier same, lazy same, all same. So straight away we'll try to convert mini project into what? 100% code driven approach. Okay, guys. Hari, yes, numbers are better than alphabets while revising. Okay, guys. Numbers are, see, Hari, yes, if your fundamentals are clear, you never bother about their numbers or alphabets. Okay. You are just searching for the reasons. Attend classes regularly. Okay. Be in the classroom. Their numbers or alphabets really does not matter, guys. And you are just worried about numbers, alphabet means your mind is not properly there. Okay. Fine. Practice regularly. Arun Kumar, HTTPS will be discussed in advanced Java, boss. Right, boss. Tomorrow is not at all heavy. Easy because already we converted mini project. In annotation environment, same mini project we are going to convert here. Got the clarity, guys? Fine. Akshay Bhav, I will conduct resume preparation class. There I will talk. Fine. Okay, boss. Yeah, today 9 o'clock onwards. Maybe today I'll start 9:15. First day, na. Okay. New Hibernate batch, guys. New Hibernate batch. Okay. It is very much needed if you are showing 2 years, 3 years gap as experience, boss. It's something like this. He asked 10 questions on Spring. You answered. He asked 2 questions on Hibernate. You failed. Then he may not consider you to take, boss. Especially if company is demanding what? If company is demanding what? Anyone seen my offline classes? Like the students used to wait outside the classroom when I was conducting offline classes. This is while offline classes, guys. Okay. For Spring Data JPA also Hibernate is required. Spring Data JPA also Hibernate is required. Anil, we are not using on predefined class. Worst fellow. We are using on the top of user defined method. If you cannot observe, keep quiet. Again, same question you are repeating. Dirty fellow. My question is, while injecting date class, object, target class. So we are using annotation on predefined class. We are not using on predefined class. Waste fellow. And you are talking about this, then start sitting in new batch. This is not applying on predefined class. This is not applying on predefined class. This is on property we are applying. I think you missed so many classes. I want you people to attend Spring Basic one more time, Anil. Is it applying on predefined class? This is on property. This is for injection. I think you missed so many classes, mister. Hari, yes. Hibernate basics. Hibernate basics will not be explained in what Spring batch. Hibernate basics will be explained in Hibernate batch only. That's a complete course is there. 60 to 70 sessions. 60 to 70 sessions. Spring Boot will be started from this Friday onwards. Mr. Anil, you are going completely wrong. I think you have missed so many classes are joined today or yesterday. I want you people to drop this batch and wait for the next batch. Because applying on property is not applying on what? Predefined class. Okay. Yeah, this is Hibernate, guys. Everyone take the photograph of it, or I will give link to you people. Yeah, this is the link of Hibernate. Mr. Prasad, Spring Boot I'll teach 60 sessions. After that, microservice 30 to 45 sessions I will teach. Okay, guys. Arun Kumar, as part of Advanced Java course, HTTPS will be covered. Right. In Spring Security also, you will get 1-2 example on HTTPS. HTTPS is a small topic, is not a big course. Right, guys. I hope. Raghavinder Singh, along with this course, React or Angular is free. Along with the Spring Boot course only, that is free. Not along with Hibernate. Not along with the Hibernate. Hibernate course fee, I think 2,500 it seems. Okay, guys. Thank you. Sunday workshop, I will give idea. HTML, JavaScript, CSS will be covered in Advanced Java. Yes. Thank you, guys. Have a nice time.